It's NFL wildcard weekend, so let's recap yesterday and get in some bets on the action. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me here on the Friday episode here of Winning Bets. I'm your host, Jason Mattis, as always. Really pumped for today's show and really excited just to sit down and watch some NFL playoff football all weekend long. Got an extra 2 games going on thanks to the new playoff format, so more games, more excitement. I absolutely love it. We'll get to the bets that we're going to place on the NFL weekend here coming up, but before we do that, let's go ahead and recap yesterday. As you guys can see it right there, yesterday was a profitable day for us. We went 1-1 and put 0.24 units in your pocket. That's what I'm talking about right there. We stayed really red hot with CJ McCollum. He went over 3.5 3-point field goals made. We've now ridden him 6 total times so far this NBA season, and he's come through for us now 5-1, just absolutely hot. And remember how we talked about on yesterday's show how we were kind of flip-flopping between his point total and his 3-point total, and I was put off a little bit by his point total yesterday because the sportsbook raised it up to, I believe it was 24.5 if I recall correctly. So we made the decision yesterday to do his 3-point total. Well, obviously we got that 3-point total to cash for us yesterday. His point total did not cash. So I'm dialed in. Obviously you can see right there, we all know I missed the Anderson pick, but just overall in general, I am dialed in on these NBA props. We're profitable so far this NBA season with these player props, and just making a decision like that, I'm just dialed in right now. And it feels really, really good. As for that Kyle Anderson, that one did trip us up. I had him going over 13.5 points. I was watching that game. I was sitting on the couch there with my wife, tablet out, like I do normally, tracking all the box scores of the games. Kyle Anderson actually took the first shot of the game. I mean, he missed it, but he took the first shot of the game, and I was like, okay, misses the shot, whatever, but my man's coming out. He at least wants to shoot the ball tonight. But it just kept going miss after miss after miss. He entered the fourth quarter, which actually only 2 points. I didn't even think I was going to get myself into a sweat at that point, but sure enough, he came out in that fourth quarter and he turned it around from a shooting field goal percentage-wise and started just making it. Hit 2 threes, hit a quick 2-pointer. All of a sudden, he was at 10 points. Now I'm sitting on the couch sweating. I thought I was going to have no sweat, but now I am sweating. I'm sitting on the sofa, then I go to sitting on the floor, and I go back to the sofa, then I go back. I get so uncomfortable tracking our bets and seeing, if they're going to cash or not, and that one ended up being in a sweat. It didn't end up cashing for us, but it certainly ended up being a lot of fun. But we're profitable on the day. Obviously, that's what we strive to do each and every day. And like I said, put 0.24 units in your pocket, and now that pushes it up over the week to 0.4 units in your pocket. And that actually, guys, doesn't include. You guys remember on Monday I told you guys about the FanDuel outage, and they gave me $25, but then I had also emailed them about 10, and they gave me $10. That's $35. Well, you guys know because our unit size is being $15, that means the $35 that they gave me is 2.3 units. I actually haven't added that. I realized yesterday when I went to go add the McCollum and Anderson to my spreadsheet, I was like, why am I off based on what I'm saying on Twitter, based on what the spreadsheet has? And I haven't added that 2.33 units to this tweet here that says I've up 0.4 units on the week. So I didn't want to do it today and all of a sudden have a midweek or a midday and then I have this big jump. So I'm going to do it on Monday. So you'll know it's coming on Monday, so it'll be justifying however we get through the weekend on top of wherever we stand. I'm going to add 2.3 units, and it's because of that FanDuel bonus out there. So just, be on the lookout for that. But, yeah, just a good night last night in the NBA. Like I said, we stay hot. I mean, you're obviously not going to hit every single bet, but we remain really profitable with NBA prop bets. So, obviously keep looking forward to riding those out. All right, I've got a couple more bets for you here on the NFL wildcard weekend here. Before I do that, we've gotten in over the course of the few days, whether it be on Twitter or whether it be here on YouTube, I've given out bets already for this wildcard weekend. So I just want to start off with a quick little recap, let everybody kind of know where we're at, what units we have at play, and then I've got 2 additional bets that are new and I'll go ahead and hit you with. The first one is just to remind you about a DraftKings promotion. Don't forget, if there's at least 1 touchdown scored on Saturday, obviously there's going to be a touchdown scored on Saturday, they're giving you even money at a $25 bet. So they're giving you a free $25. So if you haven't gotten over to DraftKings yet, remember, get on over there, opt into this promo, make a $25 bet, and get a free $25. I've obviously already done that. Look forward to, what is that, going to be making It'll be 1.66 units. Yeah, be making 1.66 units off that. So I appreciate DraftKings hooking me up with some free money there. As for the real bets that we've got going on, I mean, that obviously is a real bet in terms of bets that I've actually given you. Don't forget, we've got Bills -6.5. So already got Bills -6.5. We've got Josh Allen over 299.5 passing yards. We've got Josh Allen over 2.5 passing TDs. We've got Stephon Diggs over 90.5 receiving yards. We've got Stephon Diggs over 7.5 receptions. We've got Tom Brady under 294.5 passing yards. And then we've got the first drive to end in a punt in that Tampa Bay Washington game. So those are the bets we've got going on right now. I decided not to give you the odds because they've changed, or I assume they've at least changed. I know a couple of them have changed. So I didn't want to re-give you the odds, because I just really don't know what they're at. And if you haven't bought them yet, you're gonna get them at a different price. So that being said, though, let's just jump on into it. I do got two bets for you, and then one that, depending on how that Bills game goes, how many units we got on this Bills game? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 units on this Bills game alone. So I've got 2 bets I'm going to give you, and one I've got earmarked. If it looks like throughout that course of the Bills game we're either cashing bets or it looks like they're going to cash, I'm going to go ahead and bet another one. So I'm going to at least give you that third one, so at least it's on your radar. We've got a lot of units in play already on Saturday, plus with these 2 more new ones. So I'm going to hold off on that one, at least on terms of me. If you guys want to go ahead and place it, by all means, go for it. But I'm going to hold off. Obviously, look for me on Twitter. If I pull the trigger, I'll tweet it at some point just before the game starts. All right, so the one bet I do want to give you here, I've got a teaser parlay. We all love teasers. I love teasers. We've been successful over this last 6-week run in the NFL. We've hit on every teaser we have put in. Got on the hit. So let's go right back to the well. Actually, no, we lost one. We had week 17, we lost that Bears. Who did I parlay them with? Bears Colts. Or no, Bears Browns. Yeah. Was it Bear? Either way, we've missed one teaser, but we've generally been on fire with teasers in our last 6-week run. The teaser parlay I've got for you today is Rams plus 13.5, and I'm going to parlay that with the under 48.5 in that Bucs Washington game, and that's -117 over at DraftKings. Rams plus 13.5, under 48.5 in Bucs Washington, -117 over at DraftKings. Look, the Seahawks' biggest win margin versus the Rams under Sean McVay has been 11. Sean McVay is 5-3 against the Rams. So I can't see the Rams getting blown out. I mean, would I like to see Goff in the game? Probably, but I saw enough from John Wolford to know that he's not going to be the reason why they get blown out of the game. Sean McVay will put him in situations to succeed. Whatever his skill set is, he will devise a game plan to make it so Wolford is is successful on Saturday. So I'm not worried about sitting here. I haven't already placed this bet, but really not knowing who the Rams quarterback is. This Rams defense is absolutely dominant. They have the Seahawks number. They have Russell Wilson's number. So really not worried there. And then for that under 48.5 in Washington versus Tampa Bay, I see Washington 20 points as tops. I cannot see Washington getting any more than 20 points in this game. And then for the Bucs, so that means I've got them capped at 28, and that's fine too. I don't really see them getting into the 30 mark. I mean, the Washington defense is too strong. Mainly, obviously, we've talked about it here already this week. We talked about that pass defense there for Washington is too strong, and that front 7, and primarily that front 4 with 4 first-round draft picks. It's too strong. They're going to give Tampa Bay a lot of problems throughout the course of the game. So can't see the Bucs getting above 28. Definitely don't see Washington getting above 20. So I really absolutely love this teaser parlay with Rams plus 13.5 and Bucs Washington minus 48.5. Love it. Go ahead and bet it, guys. All right, next bet I've got for you guys, it stays in this Washington-Tampa Bay game, is I'm going Ronald Jones over 56.5 rushing yards, and you can find that at -112 over at DraftKings. A couple things I like about this is, obviously, he's the number 1 back. This bet has hit now 3 weeks in a row. He's the workhorse of this team. He's been kicking butt lately. He averaged 6.3 yards per carry last week against the Falcons, a Falcons rush defense that ranks number 6 in the league, where Washington's defense ranks 14th in the league. So there's no reason why you shouldn't have at least the same level of success, if not more, going up against this Washington rush defense. And then also, there's a couple ways this game can go narrative, right? The Bucs could go out and win decently, so to speak, where, third quarter, fourth quarter, they're really relying on that run game because they have the game in control. They're really handling, that Washington offense, not letting them get more points. But then, Tampa Bay's comfortably in that, nice 20-point range, and, they're doing really well. So obviously that yields to running. Or the flip side is, we've talked about the scenario of the Washington pass defense, really limiting Tom Brady, and also the front four, getting to Tom Brady and putting pressure on him. So if that scenario plays out, well, if the Bucs aren't passing it, then they got to run it. So that means more carries for Ronald Jones. So either way, you could see this game unfolding kind of two ways. And both the ways you see this game unfolding leads to more carries for Ronald Jones. So just absolutely love this bet. He averages, I believe I saw it was 68 yards per carry per game. So that even gives us a 12-yard cushion. So there's really a lot to like about this game. So Ronald Jones over 56.5 rushing yards, and that's minus 112 over at DraftKings. And then the third bet, I will go ahead and get it on your radar. It's Russell Wilson under 254.5 passing yards. His high this season against the Rams was 248. He generally struggles, we know, against this Rams defense. I mean, the 248 was in a loss, too. That was in game one, where even in that last drive, they had to march down the field there just to get the field goal there to get it within a one-score drive. So in the game where they're getting blown out, so to speak, because they're down by two scores late in the game and clearly throwing the ball to get back in it, he still can't even hit over 250. So, like I said, he only got 248 yards in that game. So I absolutely really, like this bet here. Again, I just haven't quite pulled the trigger on it just because we got a lot of units in play already. Really want to see, how these bets kind of unfold earlier on in that Bills-Colts game. But if you guys, want to go ahead and, pull the trigger on it, if you feel comfortable in terms of what you have in play, by all means, it's certainly a bet that I absolutely love. And hopefully the Bills-Colts game goes our way, and I'll be joining you on that. Again, just look for me on Twitter if I end up pulling the trigger. That's how I'll let you guys know. And then two things I want to kind of hit you here information-wise before I do let you go and enjoy your weekend. The Fox Bet Super 6 app, they do have a contest up for this Rams-Seahawks game. I'm going to make the video for that a little later on this evening. It is going to come out, obviously. The holdup is just waiting to hear if Goff is going to play in terms of question one. Question one has Goff's name in the question, so I need to know if Goff is going to play. That's the only one to me that really matters. The other question doesn't really move the needle. I'm comfortable with Wolford when whatever game plan McVay wants to run out there. It doesn't matter, but I just don't want to make the video and then Goff either plays or doesn't play, and then I've got to alter the video just for question number one. So just holding off a little bit. I think we'll know. We usually know the day before. Rappaport is really good at tweeting out that insider information. So we'll see if he can hook us up with the information. Otherwise, I'll just go with it, and I'll just go with it, I guess, this evening time if we don't really have that information. The other thing I want to let you know is halftime of the Bills-Colts game. Depending on how it goes, you guys know I got a 16-month-old son, so you never know really what's going on around here. But if things around here are cool around my house, I want to hop on YouTube Live with you guys during halftime and just kind of talk about that Bills game. We've got, like I said, a lot of units in play, so look for me during halftime on YouTube Live, just to get on and just talk about how the game's going, how our bets are in play, kind of give some little update, and hopefully we're talking about how the Bills are obviously kicking ass. I mean, it could be a good or a bad. I'll do it. I mean, if I'm available, I'll do it even if the Bills are, in a close game or struggling, whatever. I'm not, scared to face the music, so to speak. But, it's just be a lot cooler if the Bills are kicking ass and we can have a nice, good halftime show. So anyways, just want to go ahead and put that on your radar. Look for me there. If things cooperate here on the home front, I'll jump on YouTube Live with you guys. I've thoroughly enjoyed jumping on YouTube Live with you guys this week during a couple of those soccer matches. The interaction, the questions, the comments have just been outstanding. So I've enjoyed it a lot. So I want to take an opportunity and do it again if I can. So just look for that on halftime of the Bills-Colts game. But that would probably be around 1:30 Central Time. Should be around about 1:30 Central Time. All right, guys, that's Friday's show. Those are our bets. NFL wildcard weekend. Super pumped, obviously. If you've got a team personally in the playoffs, good luck to your team as long as they're not the Indianapolis Colts. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you on Monday's show if I don't see you on halftime. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.